Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start episode 654 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Chapter 1132, Sweeping the Auction Hall. Shui Mingru, Favorability plus 10. Current favorability, 20 points. After accepting the gift, the Water Clan Saintess, Shui Mingru, found herself feeling slightly more favorable toward Qian Yuan. Outwardly, she still stood by Black Alum Saint Sun's side, even wearing a face of mutual disdain. But the system's favorability counter doesn't lie. Black Alum, don't be angry, Shui Mingru said gently. There's really nothing between me and Qian Yuan. He only did this to embarrass you in front of everyone. Whether I accepted the treasure or not, he would have still made his point. Since that's the case, I might as well accept the water control pearl. It's worth 10 trillion star cloud coins, after all. At least if I take it, he loses out big time financially. And after the auction ends, you can teach him a lesson. No matter what tricks he plays, they're all just jokes in the face of absolute power. She clearly noticed Black Alum's brewing frustration and tried to soothe him. Her reasoning was barely acceptable. Black Alum Saint Sun swallowed his anger. Ladies and gentlemen, our second item for auction. This is a fragmented sword manual named Qian Yuan's Sword Technique. It's a supreme-level star combat technique left behind by a peerless sword cultivator. The full version has 9 layers, but this one only contains 6, so the starting bid is relatively low. Starting bid for the second item, 1 trillion star cloud coins. Bidding starts now. As soon as the auctioneer announced it, the room fell into an awkward silence. Not a single person bid. What's going on? This is a supreme-level star technique. Even a fragmented one going for just 1 trillion? That's dirt cheap. Other techniques of this level wouldn't even sell the scraps for this price. Bro, you clearly don't know the whole story, someone nearby explained. This sword technique is indeed powerful, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate. You need a freakishly strong sword talent to even comprehend it. In fact, this manual has been auctioned at the Cosmic Bank over 10 times. Every few hundred years, it pops back up. No one has ever successfully bought it. The original price was 1,000 trillion, but now it's been reduced by 1,000 times. Why? Because no one can use it. To even train in it, you also need the matching Qian Yuan guidance art, which has 9 layers. And each layer costs extra and is hard to find. On top of that, you need a divine-grade sword from a top-tier civilization. If your weapon's quality is low, it might even shatter during cultivation. And to top it off, you must have over 50% comprehension of space laws. That alone disqualifies most cultivators. So unless you have everything perfectly aligned, this manual is more of a money pit than a treasure. Now I get it. No wonder no one's bidding. Everyone's too smart to waste their money. The auction hall buzzed with cautious murmurs. Then, suddenly, Qian Yuan's eyes lit up. I'll bid 1 trillion, he declared. Very good. Bidder number 69, Mr. Qian Yuan, has offered 1 trillion star cloud coins. Any higher bids? Once, twice, thrice sold. Congratulations to Mr. Qian Yuan for obtaining a supreme sword technique. The auctioneer was so eager to finalize the deal, he sped up his voice, clearly afraid Qian Yuan might regret it. But Qian Yuan didn't flinch. Second item, secured. Next, we present the third auction item. This item is called the Star Shuttle, capable of traveling through the dark universe at speeds thousands of times faster than standard starships. It can cross hundreds of thousands of light years in a single day. It is an unmatched tool for long-distance galaxy travel. Starting bid, 800 billion star cloud coins. Minimum increment, 100 billion. Bidding begins now. 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion. The Star Shuttle was of a completely different class. Every cosmic powerhouse could benefit from it. Naturally, competition was fierce. Soon, the price soared past 5 trillion. Wife, I'm buying this Star Shuttle for you. Only you are worthy of owning it. Qian Yuan turned to buy U11, his voice laced with domineering certainty, like he already owned it. 20 trillion. The entire auction hall went silent. He had just multiplied the price several times over. How do you even counterbid after that? Bidder number 69, Mr. Qian Yuan, offers 20 trillion. Any higher bids? 21 trillion. The Star Moon Princess called out from the crowd, clearly irritated by Chun Yuan's arrogant performance. 50 trillion. Chun Yuan didn't hesitate. It was as if 50 trillion was no different from $5 in his eyes. Every bidder was dumbfounded. Third item, secured. This guy, how filthy rich was he really? Spending 50 trillion on a star shuttle? That was at least 10 times its actual value. Chun Yuan, why are you wasting money like this? Because I promised I'd buy you the star shuttle, Chun Yuan replied calmly. So no matter the price, I will fulfill that promise. Then, he gifted the shuttle to buy you 11 on the spot. Black Alum Saint's son was gritting his teeth so hard, his jaw nearly cracked. Go on, show off while you can. The more glorious you are now, the harder you'll fall when you're begging for mercy later. But this was just the beginning. Next came the 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way to the 18th item. Chun Yuan won them all. No one could outbid him. No one even tried. But the most shocking thing wasn't just how much he spent. He threw down hundreds of trillions. It was that he gave all of these priceless treasures away to the girls at his side without blinking. His generosity was mind-blowing. His actions left the entire auction hall speechless. Chapter 1133, Buying It All. Buy U11, Favorability +1. Current favorability, 98 points. Ding. The simp target by U11 is touched by the host's extravagant affection. Her favorability has broken through 98 points, rewarding the host with plus 5,000 favorability points. Current remaining enhancement points, 13,800. Actually, at the start of the auction, when Chun Yuan inexplicably gifted the water control pearl to the mermaid princess, Baiyu felt a tinge of jealousy. She knew very well that Chun Yuan likely did it to mess with the Black Alum Holy Sun. But still, buying a precious water control pearl and giving it to another woman, and that woman being Shui Mingru, it naturally made her unhappy. However, she didn't say anything about it. On the level 3 civilized planet Shui Blue Star, there's no concept of shared property between husband and wife. Personal property is sacred and inviolable. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. This line is very clearly drawn. Because everyone has long lifespans, the idea of shared marital property doesn't make sense in such a system. So Chun Yuan's money is his personal wealth. He can give it to whomever he wants, and no one has the right to interfere. Not even a wife, let alone a concubine. What Baiyu 11 minded was that he gave it to Shui Mingru. Why should she benefit that much? But when Chun Yuan bought over a dozen top-tier treasures and gave all of them to her, all the displeasure in Baiyu's heart vanished completely. Chun Yuan's value for her and his care had been proven by action. There was no need for sweet talk. If he didn't treat her like a priceless treasure, would he have spent hundreds of trillions to help her improve her strength? That's what real love and care looks like. As for Black Alum, he was just a smooth talker. He said a lot of flattering things, but the stuff he actually gave her was completely unworthy of someone with his status. Baiyu 11 felt more firm in her heart than ever. Chun Yuan is willing to give her everything, so she must fight to win him the inheritance Holy Sun title. Shui Mingru, favorability +10. Current favorability, 30 points. As expected, a big round of spending got Baiyu's favorability to increase again. But weirdly, I'm giving gifts to Baiyu. Why is Shui Mingru's favorability also increasing? Just seeing me spend money makes her more fond of me? Chun Yuan felt a sudden realization. You don't necessarily have to spend money on a girl to raise her favorability. As long as she knows you're rich, insanely generous, and spend money freely, her favorability still increases. This is the charm of a divine tycoon. The next item is the 19th item of this auction, also the second to last. It is called the Stellar Flower, which grows in the chaotic star sea under absolute zero temperatures. It blooms once every 3,000 years. This flower has magical properties. Consuming it can put a cosmic-level cultivator into an epiphany state, significantly boosting their strength and comprehension of laws. Starting bid, 1 trillion StarCloud coins. Minimum increment, 100 billion. I bid 10 trillion. Chun Yuan didn't hesitate at all, straight up increased the bid tenfold again. Just like earlier items, as soon as the auctioneer announced the base price, Chun Yuan would throw out a bid 10 times higher. He was doing it so often now that it had become a habit. The other bidders were all speechless and gave up competing altogether. However, This stellar flower was something with no market price. All the geniuses present dreamed of getting it, so they weren't willing to give up easily this time. 11 trillion, 12 trillion, 13 trillion. The price skyrocketed, quickly breaking the 20 trillion mark. That was already the psychological limit for most of the holy sons and geniuses. Any higher, and it wasn't worth it. 25 trillion. Black Alum Holy Sun directly raised by 5 trillion. He and Shui Mingru had gathered all their available funds for this one. All right, Black Alum Holy Sun has bid 25 trillion StarCloud coins. Is there any VIP who wishes to offer more? 25 trillion once. 25 trillion twice. 25 trillion. Black Alum's heart was pounding. He was already getting excited, thinking he was about to win. Just then, I bid 50 trillion. Chen Yuan suddenly shouted. Chen Yuan didn't even care about the stellar flower's effects. His system could make him enter Epiphany for just 1,000 points, so the flower was useless to him personally. But as a gift, it'd be perfect for Baiyu. If she got an Epiphany, her strength might greatly increase. You've gone too far. Black Alum almost exploded. It was one thing when Chen Yuan outbid him on everything else, but this flower was vital to him. You're just a 7th level Star Realm cultivator. Even if you use the flower, you won't win the inheritance title. Giving it to Baiyu is a complete waste. You're just trying to spite me. I bid 60 trillion. Black Alum roared. If Chen Yuan was determined to win, he'd jack the price up and make him bleed. 100 trillion. No one's taking this from me. This flower is mine. Chen Yuan roared even louder. 110 trillion. Black Alum countered, not backing down at all. He just wanted to trap Chen Yuan into paying a ridiculous price. All right then. Since you want it so badly, I won't fight you for it. Chen Yuan said casually. Only an idiot would pay over 100 trillion for a damn flower. Never seen such a sucker. This sentence dropped like a bomb. Black Alum was stunned. Everyone else was dumbfounded. No one expected Chen Yuan to suddenly give up. Now Black Alum was stuck. He had to pay 85 trillion more to buy the flower. And he didn't even have that much money. What's he going to do? Say out loud in front of everyone that he can't pay? That would be humiliating beyond belief. Black Alum's image, his entire reputation, would be destroyed. Black Alum. Shui Mingru sent a voice transmission, glaring at him. Even if our water race has some resources, we're not burning 100 trillion on a flower. Either return it, or find the money yourself. Xiaoro, that bastard Chen Yuan did this on purpose to trap me. Help me figure something out. No way. I'm not giving you money. Just return the stellar flower. As long as the transaction hasn't been finalized, you only need to pay a 1% penalty. You decide. The flower was already technically his. If he returned it now, he'd lose face, but at least not go bankrupt. And yet, he was just too unwilling to let it go. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.